G'day viewers, welcome to this week's PB's Retro Restorations. This week I'm doing this 1976 Tomy Tomica Ford Lincoln Continental Mk, which is another generous donation from Gerard and Renee. When Renee brought it into work for me, she said the doors won't shut, I don't know what's wrong with it. I didn't know what's wrong with it. I'm sure you experts know what's wrong with it, but I had to pull it apart to find out what was wrong with it. Anyway, thanks very much guys, I really appreciate yet another kind donation. So these things are pretty much the ultimate 70s pimpmobile / mafia staff car. You could fit 10 bodies in the boot of this thing. This is one of the harder Tomica cars to find, I've found. So I really appreciate the chance to work on it. As I said, it's not completely trashed, this car. It's going to be a fairly straightforward makeover. So let's get it apart, see why those doors are busted, and see if we can't make it human again. So I first get it open, and there you go. The little door springs just slipped off the post. I don't know how it's managed to do that in its time, but it has. And just by sticking the hook in here and pulling it back over the pin. Yep, come on Peter. People waiting. The doors will shut and stay shut now. So that's good, all the interior fell out. It saves me fiddling with it. If only they were all that easy to repair, eh? And with that, carefully arrange all our pieces. There's nothing broken here, nothing that needs replacing, just refurbishing, so that helps, doesn't it? Now, painting on this car, I'm not going to lie to you, this one I painted 3 or 4 times. First I tried painting it blue and then doing the white top, and it bled, and I tried to make it look human, and it just was one of those times where even with my low standards I couldn't let it go, so I stripped it again, did it a few times. I in the end went the spraying it white, masking the roof off and spraying the rest of it blue, which seems to be a technique I'm using a lot more lately. So after I got it looking lovely and blue and shiny, I started masking it off to do the roof. This is from the first attempt that didn't work out, but the technique's the same, just in negative, I guess. Yeah, and here's another reason why I had to strip it one of the times, is because I'm Australia's smartest man and I didn't mask it off properly and forgot to mask off the bottoms of the door. So I got white paint all over it. Good job. So at first I thought, oh, I'll try and mask over where it bled and leaked in with some Tomica panel line, and it kind of worked, except it didn't, and it looked awful and rushed, and I cracked it and started it again. So here we are back after I've done all that again for the 3rd or 4th time, trying to get the wheels to go back in. I didn't buy replacement wheels for this one, I just refurbished the ones that were with it. There was nothing wrong with them. Now it wouldn't quite go back together. I was trying to work out why, and the reason was the front post. When I was tapping it, I must have blown it out. I just like pinched it back tight shut again with some pliers, and that worked. It didn't quite screw up tight, but it's screwed up so it looks human and it looks finished. So here we are back at the start with our Lincoln Continental. Overall in pretty good shape really. There's not a lot desperately wrong with this apart from the chips of the paint. You could never fix those doors without pulling it apart. Well, I don't think you could have. It would have been a challenge. So anyway, in for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. And here is what we're left with now. Ta-da! All polished up and ready to hit the roller disco. You can almost hear the hustle, or maybe the bump in the background. It's or maybe it's on its way to shake some people down who haven't been paying tribute to the Don, and they need to be re-educated on how it works in this town. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just some old granny who bought it with the bingo winnings. I don't know. It certainly just screams the 1970s, this one. Okay, so don't forget these two upcoming Dibs community builds. We've got surf wagons for June 15th and then clown cars on July 15th. And then we'll have some others coming up as well. We'd love to see you all get involved. If you've enjoyed watching this video and think you might like to see some of my other videos, just click on one of these links. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you subscribe. Just click onto my bald head there. Click the bell for alerts, and then you'll never miss the latest installation of PB Magic, we'll call it. Thanks guys, I'll see you next week.